we're going to look at these things that, we can see create value. So one of them is popularity. You could call that your community. But if you're Trump's wife selling handbags, or you're a high-end handbag brand, or you just happen to have a super large community, so the DeLorean would be a high-end brand, but you could have a super large community and not be a brand, but you could use that to power a sale. It could be public universities across the country, if they all got together in their association and decided to do an NFT that gave them certain rights to blah, 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 blah. Well, they've got like millions of people in their community. So popularity is one element. Popularity and scarcity sort of go together. If you're a fine artist and you have 100 people that have bought your art, I wouldn't do a collection of 10,000 because your community is too small. But you can create scarcity. You can say, okay, I'm a fine artist, I have a community of 100, but I'm going to do 6 NFTs. You probably will sell them. And that value will be sort of related to real world value for utility, anywhere people can get a grip on value, membership in a club, sports club, ticketing access. We all know what that stuff costs. Solving counterfeiting, that's a utility. So if you sell that service to a business, you still have to establish the price on what it's worth to them. However, that's where that value is coming from. I have noticed when I looked at the space that the historical firsts are just like surging in value. Therefore, don't pay attention to them because we're no longer going to be historical firsts unless you figure out another historical first that you can create. I think the last historical first that I saw was the first collection created on ETH2. I was like, oh, that's probably going to pop because it was at first. So you've got entertainment and community, lots of stuff on the metaverse and gaming that has value because people play and join these universes, and that's their form of entertainment and sometimes socialization. So that has its own value and community. So you've got the popularity, they can sort of morph off their community, and they've got this extra value. Addition of physical items, the NFT that comes with a DeLorean would be a case in point, but you can sell a digital item that comes with a frame, with a piece of art, other types of physical product. One woman, she had an NFT and she went to Instaprint and put on a shoe. She would collect the name and the unlocked name and address and the unlockable content, and then put the NFT on the shoe and send it to the buyers. Market conditions, ours are down, so that's not going to help create value. It's going to diminish it. And then wash trading, which we're going to get into in the next slide. For those of you who are considering projects, things that keep people out of this market is volatility, friction. You got to have a wallet. You got to understand that it's a very small percentage of people have wallets, digital, those types. The digital requirement, in a way, you've expanded your market worldwide, but also it's a digital thing and it's not a thingy thing. And so digital things are perceived to have less value, and or you have to turn it into a digital thing. So it's a car, you got to have a piece of art that goes with it, or something else that can be digitally accessible. Newness, not everybody knows what it is. I should put in here too. Issue of fraud, which we're going to look at last slide, and relatively lower status of collectibles and graphic arts on the art realm. People say like, what this ugly cartoon selling for $6,000? How do people create those huge values? It's a wonderful company called Chain Analysis that does a lot of the research on this. Basically, this is when somebody's launching a project, so they create multiple wallets so they can buy and sell and create the marketplace. Pretty simple. They control these new wallets. You can see, in this slide with the spiral, the initial wallet is here. So all the images are created in the central wallet, and then all of these are the additional wallets and trades spiraling out. And so even though they spent quite a bit on gas fees, they created this marketplace in which other buyers thought there was a real marketplace and started glomming on, and then they can sell their original holdings, and the marketplace has already been established. And you can see they've got websites, they've got influencers, they got a bunch of stuff that goes along with this, but That's unfortunately part of what's driven the value of some of these. And chain houses, when they did their research, they found 262, I think it's about 165,000. I don't know whether this was like they analyzed all 162,000. So I'm not really sure what this, how much of the research they did, but they, they did find a collection that was selling to themselves. So it does exist.